I mean, look what they're already doing. Crisis. USDA orders states to withhold electronic food stamps. And we have the letter, and we've called, and it's confirmed. We are breaking this at INFOWARS.com right now. They are preparing to turn the food stamps off next month. They've already done their little beta test out there. And if it all gets turned back on, they're going to do it next year. The point is, this has been done over and over again. They're just maneuvering us. They're drilling how to do this. They're testing it in America, because America's a big one to do this to. It's the empire. It's breaking what's left of the old republic, converting us to a pure imperial backwater to supply mercenaries. This is the conquering of America. Here's the other one. Chase Bank limits cash withdrawals, bans international wire transfers. The big part of that is and this is going out to all their customers, to all business customers. We appreciate your business and want to let you know of upcoming changes to Chase Business Select Checking. This was sent to customer in New Orleans, Louisiana. We appreciate your business and want to let you know of upcoming changes to Chase Business Select Checking with Interest and Chase Business Classic and Checking with Interest for your accounts listed above starting November 17, 2013. Now, folks, they are the head of the snake, Chase. JP Morgan, Chase. And let me tell you, this means this is going to be done to every bank. They're not doing this unless it wasn't going to be every bank. They're not going to lose that business, you understand? And the Swiss just signed a deal to not basically take money, and 60 countries to track everybody's money and what everybody does, so they're getting rid of all that. Only the big mega rich are going to be above the law, like the French socialists, who all have Swiss bank accounts with billions of euros, and they got exposed and nobody got in trouble. This is a total mafia government.
Is it not my king time to spring a trap?
No, we must desecrate the soul and the flesh of the Creator's creation.
The chain of life broken forever. A monument.
Live, this is One for the Record. I'm Diana, and today is October 16th, 2013, and here are your news updates for today. I'm attaching Alex Jones at the beginning. Heads up. Alrighty then. Air pollution levels in Europe raise concern. 88% of city dwellers exposed to levels that breach UN. Let's see. Standards. Alrighty then. Very strong earthquake, magnitude 6.8, struck Bougainville region, Papua New Guinea. They're calling it a 7.1. Magnitude 7.1, struck Bougainville region, New Guinea, on October 16th. 10:31 UTC. Alrighty then. That's the watchers. Let's move on to the Extinction Protocol 2012 and beyond. It has two different numbers. It had two different numbers on it. Here we go. 7.1 magnitude earthquake strikes region of Papua New Guinea. Also, typhoon with sideswipes Tokyo, at least 17 dead. Also, the death clock ticking, but default damage already unfolding. They're voting on it right now, I guess, in the Senate, and then Obama said he would he would sign it, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. I guess if he took all the congressmen's money and everyone in the Senate, the president, and go back a few other terms, take all their money, and you could probably pay off this debt crisis. Yeah. Alrighty then. Moving on. ENE News, Energy News. It is a time bomb and clock's still ticking. Ex-Fukushima worker, I'm scared of collapse at plant. Buildings are in a very bad state. Gunderson, building failures will occur in future if problems not solved. Also, documentary. Plutonium detected all around mountain and town 20 kilometers from Fukushima plant. Everyone knows that. We use the water that comes from those mountains. Alright, also, 3 recent studies report multiple fires at Fukushima Unit 4 occurred in spent fuel cooling pool. Also, emergency measures used at Fukushima site during typhoon. Contaminated water dumped in ocean. 9 barriers were on verge of overflowing, then released into environment with no radiation tests. CNN workers were on vigil. Also today, government concerned that unsuspected source of contamination is exiting Fukushima. Official. Radiation levels in ocean are rising. Record amount of radioactive substance found in groundwater at plant. Alright. Nothing new on U.S.-Canada. Just Fukushima. Breaking news. Let's see if anything. House passes measure to reopen government and raise debt ceiling. 285 to 144. Bill goes to Obama. Live video 14 minutes ago. So heads up. It's on the way for Obama to sign. An hour and a half before we would have defaulted. Amazing, isn't it? But what Alex Jones says, watch out, heads up if you have food stamps. And also, I guess there's going to be a limited amount of money that you can pull out of the banks. Starting to sound like Greece, huh? Alright, take care, be prepared for anything. And I'll see you tomorrow on the flip side. Alrighty then. Make sure you know where your local food banks are. Where the churches that give out money. There's other places that give out food. Some give out money. Some will pay some of your bills once a year. Start checking into that, especially if the food stamps go down. Alright, take care. Be prepared for anything.
And workers at the damaged Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant are preparing for the typhoon. They've taken steps to stop leaks of radioactive water. The governor of Fukushima, Yuhei Sato, visited the plant. He urged the Tokyo Electric Power Company to manage the risk. TEPCO officials say they're adding tanks and workers. Stabilizing ropes have been attached to pumps and piping used to inject water into the plant's disabled reactors. Earlier this month, water breached barriers surrounding tanks storing radioactive water. The utility says it now has larger capacity tanks. That's in addition to the standard procedure of moving accumulated water behind barriers into nearby tanks. The company says it has more than 50 workers dedicated to the transfer of water.
Matt Sampson here with hurricane specialist Carl Parker. Carl, a big typhoon now bearing down on Japan.
Yeah, that's right. It is the equivalent of a Category 1 hurricane, and they're generally well prepared for these storms in Japan because they get a lot of them. But it's going to be headed right for Tokyo, or maybe just a little to the east. That's a huge metro area, the largest metro area in the world. It's like New York and Los Angeles combined. And then on top of that, there's a very sensitive location just to the north of Tokyo.
That's right. Our users have been following the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant disaster for 2 years now. now. Really an amazing, sad story out of there.
Yeah.
Now, there's a possibility that storm surge could affect them.
Yeah, they are still working very hard to contain the radiation. They don't want it to get into the groundwater. So if you add storm surge, and there could be some significant storm surge, although the storm will be weakening at that time, along with inland flooding because there's going to be very heavy rain, then they're going to be looking at the possibility of something getting worse there at the facility. So hopefully that does not happen.
All right, Carl, thank you.
Yep.